Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Norgon 111, and welcome back to Blueprints. Let's try 12. Gonna try out Blessing of the Tinkerer. Whenever you draft a mechanical room, trigger your current experiment for 3 days. Okay, it's not bad. I drafted the shrine. We're gonna go back down to the reservoir and grab Sanctum Key and then go open something to start off today. I was reviewing footage and I saw something odd. So over here, the very first thing I opened, a box in the water contains 3 allowance tokens. It's written on a red note card. And here's the box that contained 3 allowance tokens. And it's in the water, and that's a blue note card that we can trust. So something is afoot. I just happened to notice because that was the first one I opened, and I took a screenshot of it. I didn't screenshot any of the rest. In any case, I think the Sanctum Key is over here. Yeah. Alright. So, if I want to get... I can just climb the stairs and get out. Alright, so out of the reservoir over here, straight across is where I need to go. It takes a little bit of fiddling, but I can do it. Alright. So this gets me to this tunnel, which does have tracks. There was an Alzara fortune teller guy thing, where I think we saw a scene going through this tunnel. But in addition to the lever that opens room 46, there's also 8 doors. And the Sanctum Key unlocks one of 8 doors. I wonder if there's a particular door that it unlocks, or I get to choose, and do my choices matter? I decided I'm going to do things kind of random. I'm going to choose this door if I can. Sanctum Key. Will permanently open a door in the inner sanctum. Do you wish to use it on this door? Yes. I figure a lot of people will go left to right, or possibly choose the rightmost one first, and it seems like there's probably a lot of paths through this game, and so I want mine to be unique. Okay. I think that's pink on the outside. I don't remember the moats offhand. This is a seafaring nation, I think, and I don't remember. I think that's like one of the eastern continents or something. Okay. In any case, it's sigil information I can decode. And then I guess I can spin? Or... Oh. What am I doing here? I'm not sure. Oh, it's changing the outside and how many... Like, I changed the rays and the moats. Okay, so this is my history geography lesson. I guess. If I do this like 8 times, will it go back to how it started? That's not quite how it started. Oh, can I spin this too? I see. I can change every bit of this. I see. And if I press the button, it's like, I think it's correct. And then it goes, nope, it's not correct. And then I can turn this thing too. Yeah, okay, so you can change the moats. Got it. But what I can't change is the core. Okay. I'm not sure if I have enough information for this particular country to solve this one. And then presumably if I do set up all of the motes and the rays and the outside color correctly and press the button, it will extend a platform over here which enables me to walk somewhere and get something. That's my guess. Alright, it's a little bit tempting to reset the day and go into another one that has a different core that I might be able to solve right now. But I'm fine with this. Okay, so that's what the Sanctum keys do. And so the information I've been getting from Realm and Rune, as well as history and geography lessons from classrooms. Oh, it's written on the floor right here. I could have seen that. I'm a dummy. So here's Arindia. Here's Van Ares, I think. Although this is also kind of Arindia, I think. In any case, these are the western continents, and these are the eastern, I think. And I have more information thus far about the western continents. I'm not even sure which one is west and east, actually, honestly. Okay, well, I hadn't noticed that before, but I've noticed it now. Oh, what does this say? Ovenaria. That was, I think, the signature on Herbert's letter in the tomb. Let me double check that. Alright, well, I was missing that. This is called the Sanctum Key, and I think Danny Ravane called it the Inner Sanctum, so is there any chance that means, like, Inner Sanctum or something? Although I really felt like REI... No, that was something else. The I on N, I think, is north. But it also might just be, like, a syllable. In any case, I don't remember. I think I have seen these two words. Possibly. But I've got 300 screenshots, and it wasn't it wasn't on the first one that I tried. Okay, I definitely need to take a picture of this. Also, it looks like there's potentially room for this to be a door somehow. Is it symmetrical? It is. Yeah, so possibly there's other things that are going to open over here too. I have no idea the scope of this game, but it's kind of wild. Okay, well, I've already used up a good fraction of my steps. Let me actually get back and get started playing the game. So another thing, I watched the first couple hours of someone else play this game, and they were looking at these notes. I remember thinking this the very first time I looked at it too. I eventually came back and looked at this with the magnifying glass, and there was information here. But it says, an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Beside is in italics. That's a weird word to emphasize in this sentence. So I think this tutorial note might be more informational than I'm realizing. So I need to hold on to that bit of information. And another thing that I think I noticed at the beginning of the game, but someone seeing it through fresh eyes or whatever, they were also looking at all the clocks that are here in the den. Like, there's a lot of clocks in this room. And time does move, and I don't yet know a reason or a mechanic associated with time passing. Although it was kind of hinted at by Elzara, I suppose. Let me go ahead and craft a bedroom for now. So yeah, just trying to see things with fresh eyes again, and look at things and scrutinize things I haven't previously scrutinized. Like just the stuff that's in frame here. In the upper left, there's some kind of weird sculpture. In the upper right in the cabinet, there's kind of a similar weird sculpture. On the upper left in the cabinet, there's kind of like a Stonehenge-y kind of thing. This thing almost looks like kind of pottery in the shape of one of the nation symbols or whatever that I know. I think it's the purple one. There's the swan that's in here. Like, there's still potential for a lot of these rooms to contain a lot of potential puzzle data, but also potentially a lot of red herrings. So I'm not going to be capturing, every tiny little bit of information that I think I might be seeing. But it's useful. Yeah, because I mentioned, like, I've already got, like, over 300 screenshots. It's hard to sort through and find anything. But, like, there's, like, a yellow pyramid and a white pyramid. Like, I need to at least be aware so that this information's in the back of my brain, so that it's more likely to tickle my brain at the right moment when it's going to become useful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Let's take the hallway and keep the conference room for later, I think. It's good to draft the conference room early, but it's also nice to have it closer to the north side of the house, where I'll often be kind of backtracking to. Yeah, doors in the West Wing are not more likely to be locked, it seems. This is a fun logic puzzle. You can try to solve it yourself if you want to, but the way I solved this one was just to imagine the gems being in each of the 3 individual boxes, and then seeing what happens. And this was my 3rd try, but this one works out with one of them being true, one of them being false, and one of them being mixed. Another thing, when I was watching the person in the first couple of hours, they were scrutinizing the aquarium. I've done this once, and I haven't paid enough attention to... Like, there's a giant purple fish in here, and this is like a bedroom, and purple is the color of bedrooms. And I don't think they're always the same rooms, but I really haven't paid much attention. This looks like the hallway, I guess. And I feel like I've seen the laundry room in this position. Is it always the laundry room that's here? I need to pay more attention each time I'm in the aquarium. And I guess the fish can, like, swim in this whole section. So it's probably not a purple fish because it was the bedroom. Just kind of random that there's a purple fish there. I don't know, more things to think about in terms of what the aquarium means, other than being a room of convenience because it's every color and it's got 3 exits. I chose to draft the aquarium early so that my servant's spare quarters would be worth more, and now I think I want to draft it. It's 1 key for every bedroom, and the aquarium is a bedroom, of course. So let's grab, I'm already up to 3 keys. Nice. And thought I saw something over here. I did. It's an orange. Delicious. And I have a salt shaker that I got out of the walk-in closet, so that's also delicious. Alright, let's set up an experiment. If I get the drawing room floor plan, a letter will be delivered to the mailroom. And I also have the blessing. That means that that will also succeed if I draw another mechanical room. So here's another one that could be interesting to work out on camera. This one, the top statement, the white box has exactly 1 true statement. The gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. If the top statement is true, then the bottom statement is true. If the top statement is false, then the bottom statement is false. Which means the top statement here is false. So this one can't be the fully true box. It's false something. The black box has no true statements. Can I evaluate that? The blue box has exactly 1 true statement. The gems are in the blue box. Yeah, I don't know about that, so it's false something. Let's imagine the second one is true, so let's imagine that this is false true. The black box has no true statements. So that would be false false. The blue box has exactly 1 true statement, but that would be true, because I just said false true. So that can't be it. So what if it's false false? The black box does have some true statements. The blue box has exactly 1 true statement. That is false. the gems are in the blue box. That would now have to be true. Yeah, it would now have to be true that the gems are in the blue box. And so what did I just say? This is false, 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 true. And then could this be true, true? Gems are not in the black box. The above statement is true. Yes. And so that puts the gems in the blue box. There's possible ways I could set up like a little grid and graph kind of thing of all the possibilities. But I've been trying to do it in my head because that seems like more fun. And yeah, when there are also things I can do in my head that are easy enough to explain, I feel like I might as well do it. There's a black pawn here. Do I know that there's a black pawn here in the parlor room? Like I said, fresh eyes. That's new to my notes. And then we got like geometric figures and can't really tell what's on top there. Well, security, this should trigger my experiment. What is my current experiment again? I can't look at it right now. A letter's been delivered to the mailroom. That's right. Alright, so that is as a result of the blessing of the Tinkerer. So we'll get more letters from Randolph that actually have been pretty useful. Hey, here's the drawing room. A letter has been delivered to the mailroom. I want to try to get over to the west side again. Well, I'm still at low rank. Here's some money. Very nice. And yeah, we can do another one of these. 5 plus 4 are 9. Minus 7 are 2. Times 1 is 1. Squared is 4. 10 divided by 10 is 1. Times 4 is 4. Squared is 16. Plus 1 is 17. 1 squared is 1. Times 10 is 10. That was super easy, actually. Alright, they're giving me a reprieve. I'll take it. Alright, commissary. That's a good thing just to have in general. This is a good thing to have in general. And I definitely need the gems. Let's actually just like buy out because I'm low on these kind of resources. And I don't see myself buying any big ticket items. Okay, I bought out the entire commissary. Not sure if I've ever done that before. Oh, and I was in the security room and I wanted to do a thing. I need to go back there to draft anyway. I'm going to go back there right now. So I mentioned that red card that seemed to tell a lie. I thought it was in here. Blue memo's true. Red memo's lies. There's more on here. Unless written by hand. Red memos are lies unless they're written by hand. Wow, okay. Yeah, Yeah, I did not see that the first time at all. I don't know. That might have been episode 1 when I read this. And so I might not have even known of the existence of the magnifying glass yet, and so I might not have been looking at all any closer at documents, but okay, well that explains why I had a red memo. Red memos are lies, unless written by hand. Yeah, I had a red memo that said the allowance tokens were in the water, and they were, so it wasn't a lie. But it was written in script and cursive or whatever. So that explains it. Okay, well, that's a fortunate mystery solved. Okay, and that's going to be useful moving forward. But it makes me worry about what else I've missed with the magnifying glass. Yikes. I guess, I have a lot of screenshots I could scrutinize. This door's lock is too difficult to pick. I could draft the secret garden here. I've got 11 keys, though. I prefer to save the secret garden for somewhere where I can utilize all 3 doors. Trophy room would be good for my gem count. Dark room, I could spend it just to get it out of the pool and keep drafting. Yeah, I think I'll do that and just take the risk of one bad room over here. I don't have the utility box yet, and I'm running low on steps. Need to get to rank 8. Oh, I could use this special key now. Let's do that. Secret garden key. It's dark, but I know what I'm going to get when I use this key. Okay, that hadn't occurred to me. So the dark room's penalty can be negated somewhat, or sometimes entirely, by using a special key. A lot of the red room penalties, you can learn different workarounds. Like the gymnasium, you can turn off the lights. And the dark room, you can turn them back on. The weight room, I don't know a way to work around that penalty other than the shelter. I have to think about that more. Like red rooms, there really are good ways to use them to your advantage. I have a shovel now. So we'll see if we can dig anything of interest up. Clearly not from that spot. And I have opened one of the things, so yeah, I hate doing this. It takes so long. I'm going to open the doors. Reminds me of, oh, what is that Rob Reiner film? That's a cult classic. When he says, "I've just sucked away 1 year of your life." I feel like every time I have to pull those levers, it's like, I've just sucked away 1 minute of your life. Because it's true. Okay, from here, I guess I'll try to draft north. East wing hallway, I'm going to run out of places to put that if I don't take advantage of it now. So let's take advantage of it now. And then see if I can draft my way up to the corner. Mailroom, I do have more mail, but there's also a corridor, which means this will be unlocked and I'll be able to draft my corner room. And dinner, which is good because I'm already getting low on steps. I don't need to buy keys. Library, I don't need to read any books. But it occasionally has interesting things off the side, but usually it's a shop that's not particularly interesting, so I don't think that's useful to me right now. I always love the conservatory. I do need to work on the observatory, but conservatory can only be drafted in the corner. Yeah, I love adjusting the rarity. Even though sometimes I draw 3 that are already at a fine rarity. Hey, broken lever. What do we get this time? Bedroom is commonplace. And that's appropriate. Vestibule is unusual. This one is super duper useful. It does cost 2 gems, but I would like this to be standard because it's super useful. Office is standard, and I think that's appropriate as well. Okay, so we'll get the vestibule a little bit more easily. And then while I'm up here, I might be able to draft into... I've been wondering what happens if I re-enter room 46. And I might be able to do so shortly. Trophy room gives us a bunch of resources. Pantry would give me some food to ensure I still have some steps. I'm going to take the pantry actually right now. I've got plenty of gems for the moment. Just an apple, but I've got a salt shaker, right? So that's helpful. The person I was watching was scrutinizing this note. I don't imagine that there's anything else on here. Yeah, I don't see anything else on this one. So I don't think that that one contains any puzzle information. But yeah, once again, watching someone else get a little bit of fresh eyes. The gym is kind of in an awkward direction. The office is in a good direction. And yeah, I can't remember if I ever reread the office email. I presume it's the same set of emails. But let's check, and we can spread gold into the conference room, and etc., etc. So run payroll. All right, good. Let's spread gold in the estate. I have a conference room, I believe. So that is good. And then let's log into the network. And see if these are the same 4 mails. Yes, they are the same 4 mails that I do have screenshots of from the beginning. Yeah, and we've read all these, and they're mostly about the VAC and different things. Okay. I don't think there's anything else I need to do in the computer, but obviously while we're here, we might as well. Other than, I have a screenshot of this. I don't think that there's anything else on this one. We'll quickly go over it. There were lots of objects to scrutinize in this room, but I feel like in a previous episode I already did spend a bunch of time looking at them, and so I don't feel the need to do it again. On the interior of this safe, I guess there's like a screw hole or something in the corners. Yeah, but it doesn't look like there's anything else noteworthy there. Yeah, here's this thing. Yeah, a lot of the same objects appear in a lot of places. It's hard to anticipate how they might be used in a future puzzle if they are. So I guess I shouldn't worry about it too much right now, because I might just be wasting a lot of my own time. Guess I'll take the kitchen. It'll tell me what's for dinner in the dining room. Oh, I have a treasure map. This looks like the spot. Time to start digging. I forgot about my treasure map. I got it out of the attic much earlier in the run. And, like, this is a very long waiting to discover what you get. I got a bunch of gems. Look at me. Alright, that's nice. It'll tell me what's beef course country stew pie. So if I get the boiler room, this will be worth more steps. Bacon and eggs could get me the morning room. Club sandwich is worth 15 steps, and this is only worth 10. I prefer to have the steps, I think. So I'm going to eat this so that I don't have to worry about steps too much. And then the boiler room is also a mechanical room, which means they get me another piece of mail in the mail room. So I'm kind of extra incentivized to get that. Oh, I forgot that I haven't opened this south door yet. So I'm kind of in a dead end for the moment. So time to backtrack. Glad I have these steps. So the Geist bedroom always has 2 dice. I think I kind of misremembered it. It's got 2 dice, and if you have the tune, you get an extra 4. So you get 2 or 6, but even just 2 makes it worth drafting. And I don't really need the boiler room for anything else today, and I'm about to go back and get dinner. So I don't need to step in there. We got another letter delivered to the mailroom, and now my dinner will be boiled even better. Dinner is served. Have dinner. And just like that, I go from 32 to 62 steps. Hooray! 63 steps because of the salt shaker. Oh hey, I have 12 upgrade discs. I think that might be all of them. So we might be done with upgrades. I'll quickly show all these stats for anyone who is curious. But apparently I'm 45 hours in, 63 days. I'm not going to go to the thing over there right now, but I was in the library, and basically looking at the stats is the only valuable thing about being in the library, other than the fact that you draft a rare room coming out of it. So we'll see what we get. Showroom, I don't really have much money, but I have to take it because otherwise I close off the rest of everything. If I do take it, I could still get the West Wing hallway and still have some drafting power. So I think I will take the showroom and save my rerolls for desperate times. Moon Pendant is really nice, only costs 20. So I'll try to come back here and get that if I can. I had not really noticed these before. This is kind of like the shape of the microchips. Just like looking at the art of the, look at this one. Yeah, and look at this art. I've been taking a picture of these little 3 triangle things a few times. This just brings me back to here, right? Yeah. Here's a red one and a blue one. I've seen a bunch of yellow ones like that, I think. Well, a bunch, maybe a couple. Oh dear. I need to redraw. I really need to get a hallway here, so even though the dovecote is kind of nice, let's redraw. The pool will work. So let's take the pool. These are currently floating. So I think the swim trunks just cause there always... Oh, swim trunks. It causes trunks to appear in the pool. That only just occurred to me now while I was saying it aloud. Okay, so let's see if we can finish off the South 4 rooms here. Coat check is nice. I do have something good in there. I could pump out the water of the pool just to grab the trunks and then pump it back in. That might actually be worth it. It's kind of a pain in the neck. I think, oh. Except the pumps require power. No, only this pump requires power. These ones don't. Also, I got another letter delivered to the mailroom. So I'd have to pump it in. Actually, I could pump it out of the pool permanently because I've done everything at the bottom of the reservoir. Actually, I wanted to put a certain amount back in the reservoir to see if I could use the boat again. And I didn't measure how much I was going to need. I think I tried this once before. Okay, well, I'm going to fiddle with the pumps for a bit. Okay, I pumped the water out of the pool. Let's see what we get. Got our key back. And some money and gems. How about over here? We got 3 keys. Okay, that was a tidy profit. Very nice. I don't love any of these. I think the correct thing to do... I think I have enough steps to finish everything off, and so I think I'll take the weight room right now. Well, no, I should take the passageway now. I've got plenty of gems and save the weight room for later. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because, yeah, the weight room also has those, but it'll be less of a penalty later on. Alright. I might actually be able to get every house in the mansion today. Looks like we might be on track for it. Or not. It looks like I'm not going to get this little corner over here. I'm not going to spend my reroll right now. I prefer just to have more keys again. So please give me some. Zing zang zoom zizzle. Oh, and there's a lucky rabbit's foot here in the servants' quarters today. It's a little bit late to pick that item up, but better late than never, they sometimes say. Alright, this is rough. I'm not going to use my reroll yet because even though the ballroom is currently a hefty penalty, I'll be able to walk back in a couple of times and get my gems back. And so it's not as bad as it could be. As a reminder, this was the In Eclipse Ball in 1952. In Eclipse being the reverse C of a moon pendant, and Eclipse being the forward C, based on some stuff I think I learned in classrooms and whatnot. Alright, but we're still drafting. Locker room would just spread them somewhere I can't get them, but at least it's a room that goes through, and then I'll be able to re-roll a lot on the corner. So I'll go into the locker room. Oh, and I have 10 keys. I could finish doing the locks, potentially. And I have enough steps, so I'm going to walk back in here to get my gem back up to 2 before opening the rest of the locks. So I've done all of these. I've done all of these but one. I haven't opened this one. This one was empty. And then how many more are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 9 keys. And there's a key card thingy there. There's a key card thingy there. Do I have a key card? Oh no. Maybe there's a key card in the lockers. Now I'm extra motivated to open all these lockers. Had there been a key card in one of the previous lockers? I think there had. I've never tried opening the same one twice. Hello. Mathematics worksheet. 6 or 0? Why is this like this? And I've seen a few pieces of paper that have these little notches cut out of them. This one, this notch on the bottom, makes it worth calling out. Like, I thought it was kind of mostly just kind of fun zigzags and things. But now, and like 6 or 0 doesn't make sense for any of these math problems. And maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe it's like I00. Who would have written this? I don't know. This is a new mystery. Okay, new mysteries are good. This puzzle game just keeps going. I really never know what to expect. A battery pack? That's not going to be useful to me at all today. Unless I find a key card and then get the workshop toot sweet. Over here, Kirk Darren is a pseudonym. Kirk Darren, I've only recently learned of in 2 spots. Let me look at my notes. Alright, my notes just tell me he was one of the people in the security emails that we learned about at Blackbridge. It's a pseudonym. Is there any chance that this anagrams? Yeah, I don't think there's an anagram. There was a note to Herb that was signed KL, and I'd never figured out who KL would be. Maybe Darren is a different last name. And pseudonym is something an author might use, or someone who's a criminal. Still looking for a key card, hopefully. 3 gems here. Alright, what about over here? Gems and money. One more locker to unlock? No, this one doesn't have a lock on it. So, I've at least opened all of them once. Without a key card, I have no more rooms to draft. And so it makes sense for me to go ahead and reopen some lockers I've been in before. This one I think had a note. Yeah, it's got a gem. I might just be misremembering. But I feel like one of these had a key card. And so we'll just open a few more. I don't know that I'm going to be so thorough as to review all the times I've ever opened the locks in the locker room to discover if they always have the same thing. Here's an apple. Delicious. Okay. But yeah, now I'm stuck. So I do have a lot of steps. I don't have the master bedroom. I don't have the bunk beds. Let me look in my notes and see if there's any other room I want to call it a night in, because it might have a special effect. Okay, there aren't, but I do have 22 money, which means I can buy the moon pendant. in the showroom, and I'll be able to keep a couple of items for tomorrow, which will be useful. So that'll be a good thing to do to call it a day. The moon pendant. If you call it away while wearing it, you'll start tomorrow with 2 of the items in your inventory. Alright. That's the master key. That's the chronograph. That's the silver spoon. But we'll take the moon pendant, please. Oh, thank you. It's got a ruby in it. It's a backward C. And does it show up in my inventory here? Yeah, I wonder what happens if your inventory fills all the way up. Like, suppose I tried to buy 3 more items. How would they fit on screen? I don't know. Maybe there'd be a little scroll bar. Yeah, I was hoping I was going to get to room 46 again today to finish things off, but apparently it's not happening today. But nevertheless, today was pretty interesting. We discovered what's behind the doors in the back north tunnel exit. And I don't know, keep expanding the scope of the potential puzzles and where this game is going. I took 100 steps today. 40 rooms, perplexing shopping center. But I'm going to say I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.